Matthew chapter 14, verse 22 to 36. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship, and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night Jesus went unto them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand, and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth thou art the Son of God. And when they were gone over, they came into the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place had knowledge of him, they sent out into all that country round about, and brought unto him all that were diseased, and besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment, and as many as touched were made perfectly whole. After feeding the 5,000, Jesus immediately sends his disciples across the Sea of Galilee, while he remains behind to dismiss the crowds and spend time alone in prayer. Even though his public ministry was demanding, Jesus regularly withdrew to commune with the Father, demonstrating the importance of dependence upon God. While the disciples are crossing the sea, a powerful storm arises and the wind is against them. They struggle for hours, making little progress. At the darkest part of the night, Jesus comes to them walking upon the sea. This miracle demonstrates his complete authority over creation. The one who made the sea is not subject to it. At first, the disciples are terrified, thinking they are seeing a spirit. Jesus immediately comforts them with the words, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. His presence brings peace in the middle of the storm. Peter then asks to come to Jesus upon the water. At Christ's command, Peter steps out of the ship and actually walks on the sea. As long as his attention is fixed upon the Lord, he does what would otherwise be impossible. But when he begins focusing on the wind and waves instead of Christ, fear replaces faith, and he begins to sink. Peter's response is simple and immediate. Lord, save me. Jesus instantly reaches out his hand and rescues him. Rather than abandoning Peter, Christ gently rebukes his doubt while demonstrating his grace. This account teaches that even genuine believers can struggle with fear, yet the Lord remains faithful to help those who call upon him. When Jesus enters the ship, the wind immediately ceases. The disciples respond by worshiping him and confessing, Of a truth thou art the Son of God. Throughout Matthew's Gospel, the disciples are gradually growing in their understanding of who Jesus truly is. His miracles continue confirming his divine identity. After arriving in the land of Gennesaret, the people recognize Jesus and bring all who are sick to him. They simply ask to touch the hem of his garment, and every person who does is completely healed. Once again, Matthew emphasizes both the power and compassion of Christ. No disease is beyond his authority, and no sincere seeker is turned away. This passage reveals Jesus as the sovereign Son of God, who has authority over nature, strengthens weak faith, hears those who cry out to him, and compassionately meets the needs of those who come to him. Even in the midst of life's storms, Christ proves himself to be completely trustworthy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more KJV Bible Teaching. Until next time, search the Scriptures. Grace be with you.